Hi everybody, Brian McNichols here from touringplans.com again. And I know I'm in my usual map setup, but I don't have a map this time, I have a calendar. And that is because we are going to talk about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which you already know because it was the title of the video. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a yearly hard-ticketed event that happens at the Magic Kingdom. What hard-ticketed means is that there is a separate ticket price. So you go to Disney World, you pay for your tickets to get into the parks for the day. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is an extra on top of that. The prices for it range anywhere from $74 a person up to $115 a person for adults, depending on which party you go to. These parties are a fun time and they're really, really popular, which is why the price is so high. If you already know this stuff and know the details about the party and just want to get to the ones we recommend going to, go ahead and skip ahead a couple minutes. But there are some people that might just not know all the details of the Halloween party yet. So right now I'm talking to you. Now these parties take place on certain days, the days with a little happy pumpkin on them. It's a not so scary Halloween party. You had to go for a not so scary little pumpkin guy. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. Every day that has the little pumpkin on it, that means the Magic Kingdom closes at 7 p.m. And I don't know why I did this, as if you didn't know what the number 7 was, but the party starts at 7, runs officially until midnight, so 5 hours you get. But you can actually get into the Magic Kingdom starting at 4 p.m. Oops, sorry, 4 p.m. So what I'm going to talk about now, and this is a variation on a blog post that I do on blog.touringplans.com every year. If you've seen the blog post, you already know what's coming. If not, it is linked at the bottom. You can check that out after you finish watching this video. So what I'm going to tell you are what we calculate as the best and worst Halloween parties to go to. Now, we don't mean best and worst as far as what is included in the party. It's going to be the same no matter what. But some of them, as you would expect, get more crowded than others. And this has been a little bit tricky because normally at Touring Plans, we like to rely on our numbers. We like to look at wait times for the attractions to determine how busy the park is. Normally, it's a great predictor. It's one of the reasons our crowd calendar is so accurate. But with the Halloween party, a lot of people don't go on the attractions. They want to go to see the parade, to see the fireworks, to eat the candy, to meet characters. They don't really care about riding the rides. That's for regular days in the park. So the good news is that means real low wait times. I'm talking average wait times of about 15 minutes or less. Yes, attractions like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain might still get up into the 20, 25, 30-minute wait. But for those attractions, that's really nothing. And attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise, you're looking at 5-minute waits the whole party. So if you do want to ride a few things, it's a really good time to just jump in, jump out. But because people don't ride a lot of stuff, there could be a lot of people in the parks, a lot of people on the parade routes, and it could feel really, really busy even though the wait times aren't high. So without the wait times, how do we calculate this? We used still the wait times, we still did that, but I also looked at what our crowd calendar ratings were for the park while it was open. Our crowd calendar ratings on days for the party is only for the days it's open to the public, normally 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. There is actually some correlation to how crowded the park is. It doesn't line up 100%, but it's enough of an indicator that I decided to use it in this case. The other thing we looked at is sold out parties. These parties are for a limited number of people. How many? We don't really know. It could be 20,000, it could be 30,000. The capacity of Magic Kingdom, we also don't really know, but we think it's something like 70,000 people, give or take 20,000 probably. It's hard to tell. Every time they open a new section, new rides, that goes up a little bit. And Disney doesn't like to release that information. So it could be 30,000 people. That's still not going to feel like a super crowded park, but it's going to feel like a lot of people. But because there is a cap on that number, they do sell out. The parties do sell out. Especially you're looking at Halloween. Halloween almost always sells out. It will not come as a spoiler that that is one of the parties we don't necessarily recommend going to. I mean, if you love Halloween and want to spend it at the Magic Kingdom all dressed up, watching those awesome parades and fireworks, by all means do it. It sounds like a great time. But if you don't want to go when it's real crowded, that one might be one you want to avoid. I looked at wait times, I looked at our crowd calendar ratings, and then I looked at which parties sold out, how far in advance, how many years. I've been tracking this stuff now for 5 or 6 years, so I can go back to those old ones and look at which ones sold out, which ones have sold out every year. As you can see, most of the parties tend to fall on the same days. Sundays are popular, Tuesdays are popular, Fridays are popular, and Thursdays get popular in October. This year, they are actually starting parties in August 25th. August 25th is the first party. August 29th is the second. So let's get into it. I have my little stickers here that I'm going to put up there for the best 5 and the worst 5. I already told you Halloween is the worst one, so let's put my little purple X on there. I couldn't find my red marker, so it's going to be a purple X. The other parties that we don't recommend you going to include October 29th, the second to last party. October 26th, one of the last parties. October 22nd, one of the late parties. And then October 9th up here. Now this one might seem a little weird. It also, as you notice, is the only one on a Monday. But that right there is Columbus Day, a federal holiday here in the States. It is the only holiday we have here in October, and the last one before Thanksgiving. It tends to be a long weekend where people will go with their kids. I know a lot of school districts also have that Friday off, the 6th, so people will go for the long weekend, go on that day. As you notice, all 5 of our parties we're not recommending are right towards the end of October. And watch this, you're really gonna start to see the pattern here. We're saying the best party to go to this year is right up here, August 29th. The second best party to go to, September 1st. We've also got in there September 7th, September 12th, and August 25th. So I don't think you really have to be all that into stats to see how this is going. The early parties are better than the later parties. Makes sense, right? People aren't really getting into the Halloween spirit in August. They're getting into it in mid-October. The reason specifically that I have the August 29th party as the best over the August 25th one is just because the first party of the year tends to get a lot of locals, people who write about Disney, things like that will go to that one. It tends to be a little bit more interest. I think this one and a Tuesday, I think that one's really gonna be the hot one. Same down here, it's just they're the first couple of parties. They're early enough that people just really aren't thinking about Halloween yet. It's just the only real explanation there. It's not really rocket science. I used scientific methods to figure it out, but it turned out it worked out pretty well with common sense too. If you want to read even more about this, my blog post is linked at the bottom that I posted on Touring Plans. I have the full list. I have every single party ranked in order with the prices for them, and I have the information on how early those sold out. If you want to go to any of these last few parties, I would strongly recommend getting the tickets in advance. If you want to go to this Halloween one, you are going to want to book your tickets by August. That has sold out in August for the last 4 years, I think. And this October 29th has been selling out 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And you know what, before you click that link, why don't you click the link to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we have lots of stuff. If you want to see more stuff like this, if you have any other things you want us to talk about, anything you see on the wonderful touringplans.com or blog.touringplans.com that you would like to see explained in video form, go ahead and leave a comment below or shoot me an email, brian@touringplans.com, and I will do it because I like doing this stuff. Thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other.